welcome to Winnipeg. I think the F stands for 50-50. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Frozen. As soon as I read the first comment that came through, the first of many comments that it stood for Frozen, I thought, oh, yeah. We even took the camera into the back room and looked down in the freezer, and I said something about got lots of peas and carrots, and it all flashed back. Well, fortunately, it flashed back. If I couldn't remember having done all of that and had to watch my video to see what happened then, I didn't have to watch the video. It all came back. As I say, fortunately, we can really start worrying when I can't remember, the details even when I'm reminded about it. Yeah, Frozen. Why didn't I just write Frozen on it instead of F? I guess when I wrote the F on there, I thought, I'll remember what that is. And not only that, and another clue should have been when I took the lid off and was taking it out with a pipette, and I was looking at it and I thought, this looks awful thick. It doesn't look thinned. I've done enough of this XF paint now that I can pretty much tell just by the way it goes into the pipette. Anyway, enough about that. Okay, now, one of the viewers was mentioning that he was wondering if possibly I had missed dropping some parts in, because there was obviously places here on the bow where there was places that stuff had to go yet, and we were going to move onto the stern section, which we did. There's going to be a rollback, yeah. There's probably not going to be a sunrise though. Okay, now we are on step 10 now. We just got onto it last night. However, what happens is we finish step 10 on the stern, and then when we go to step 11 here, we come back to the bow again, and we drop more stuff on. Then in step 12, we go to the stern and we drop stuff on again. Then we flip the page, and we go to step 13, and we're back on the bow again and dropping more stuff down. And I think what's happening is that they do it that way because if they tried to get everything done on one page, it would be just too cluttered. So I'm really glad the Trumpeter did choose to, have us go back and forth and back and forth. It makes a lot more sense. Less chance of missing something. Unless I lose it. Okay, we're on step 10 here. So I think we may as well just keep on going and recompose here, and we'll drop some stuff down. Yeah. Okay, here's what's happened. Episode 1412 hasn't even come out on YouTube yet, and after I had proofed it, I was thinking about this dilemma I've got going on here with my Pache H, that it won't fit my new jars. And then I was wondering, would it be possible if I was to remove this adapter, which screws onto the small fitting down here, so that the larger piece can go on, what if I was to cut this off, which I've done, and then would I be able to get the hose, the rubber hose, onto the small fitting that comes out of the bottom of the Pache? Well, it turns out it just barely fits. But it does. You sort of squeeze it on, and then you start to screw it into the rubber hose. And now I can get this in. Okay? Now, excuse me, I realize that this is going to make a bit of a problem possibly when it comes to cleaning this airbrush, but this airbrush cleans up a whole lot different from the Iwata and the TimberTech. What happens is these pieces come out, and there is generally no paint at all to be cleaned out from around here. Like the it's not like there's air pressure comes in here, and then how does it go? No, it goes shooting out the end, and it's just strictly air. There's no paint involved at all. So when you take this mechanism off and screw this nozzle part off, yeah, it's really easy to clean. There's no needle involved. In other words, okay, I think we're good to go here. I'm almost anxious to try this out and see if it'd work. Well, I don't need to. I know it would work. Yeah, just hook this into the regulator and we're good to go. So I guess these jars weren't a waste of money. It would have been really nice if I could have used the Quick Connect and had it, a little bit different. But yeah, and in this particular airbrush, it doesn't fit into the holder the way the other two airbrushes do. It hangs up, if you remember. So okay, I just wanted to let you know that the problem is solved, sorta. Now, I got a comment from a viewer a little while ago, just a couple hours ago, actually, I guess it was. At least that's when I read it. And he was mentioning that what you could use is a pin vise and put it in the chuck of your drill. And then I was reminded, yeah, I've got a couple of pin vices. I got this one here that I've been using to hold the needle that I use for applying CA glue when I'm doing railings and what have you. I think I could probably find something else to hold the needle, but the problem is with this one, when you open it up, and the diameter starts getting a little larger, it gets recessed inside this black shield here, so it kind of lets that out. But I do have one that is actually designed for holding something really small. It goes down to I guess maybe a 10,000th of an inch, or maybe even less. The problem is there is a certain amount of runout in it when it closes down. It's not 100% true. In other words, it's not what you would call jeweler lathe quality, but it does sort of work. And then of course this part goes into the chuck of the drill. But unfortunately, this will stick out quite a ways, unless I was to grab the chucks on this part here and sort of choke up on it, if you know what I mean. That kind of helps. And it actually kind of works. Now, except that this part will hit the back of the chuck here. Anyway, this one here, I've readjusted it. If you remember, a couple of days ago, we went down in the workshop, and I made it kind of pointy. Well, I've made it even more pointy. This bit that's in here is about a 51,000th of an inch in diameter, and it just almost catches. It almost grabs on it, but it won't go down small enough to grab this. So I'm guessing anything that would be 55,000ths of an inch or larger, this will work fine on. And being as it's more pointy now, I can, if I was to do any using it as a lathe, let's say this little tiny bit was the chisel or the scraper, I can get a little closer, at least easier than I could before. I just have to watch that it doesn't catch, because this is very sharp here now. So anyway, I just wanted to show that viewer that I did have pin vices, and I thought, well, I could always cut this off, and this will fit in here. But I think we're good to go the way I've got it right now. Okay, when we glued this piece down here earlier, that means we're done step 9. I'm pretty sure we got everything. Step 10. And I guess we're going to have to drag our ship up here so we can get better perspective on the stern section. I'm going to have to recompose here a bit. Yeah. What are we doing? We're catching on my green cloth. There we go. Yeah, we'll just recompose because it looks like we're going to be working from here back. Okay, right over here on the edge of your screen is the last of the M27s. There's 3 here, and there's 3 here. And they go right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, this side of the ship is going to be up against the back of the case. So the one that the homemade one, which is this one right here, we'll put on this side where it's probably not going to be seen because all the superstructure is going to be here. But, you know, we're going to, at least now we had fun in making it, right? And also, it's not going to, there's no peg involved on that one. Oh, wait a minute, I grabbed the one with the peg. Oh, I know what happened. I haven't cut the pedestal part off of that part. Okay, I got to do that yet. I was wondering what was going on there. I wonder if I could turn that down that small. I'd probably end up breaking it. I think I'm better off just cutting that lower section that's white. Just cut it off. Yeah, I'll just nip it off with the Tamiya nippers. Okay, and then we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We got enough. I do think, though, that I have lost one of these things. I think it used to be. Did it used to be right there? Oh no, pardon me. It used to be right here, and it's missing. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out for it. Or hopefully we have extras. Hopefully. There is so many that I imagine if we don't have one, nobody's going to miss it, but that's not the point. Since when do I ever start worrying about the point? Okay, let's recompose here and get this thing shortened up here. Okay, I'm only going to get one shot at this, so let's try and have it. Does that look okay? Because this is the way it's going to happen. Just a minute here. What do we got? I think that once that's positioned on the deck, yeah, I think that's going to be okay. It's too bad we couldn't have turned this down, though. But that's the way it goes. Well, it would have been hard to turn down. There's a hole in it. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked anyway. Oh, that's now I feel a lot better. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is maybe do these one at a time instead of filling all 3 holes up with the extra thin all at the same time. Well, like I say, I'm going to do them one at a time, so I'll move you in just a little bit here. Okay, now turn it over. Alright, now let's not poke at it to death. And one more. turn it over. Okay, now for the last one, maybe I'll put the macro lens on. Everybody likes the macro lens. Okay, now maybe for this one, I'm going to get it turned over to start with here. Set it down like that. Now, I just wanted to sort of stick in place. I can always put some extra thin and let it wick in later. Now it's not going to fit in anything. It's just going to sort of sit there, and I'm just sort of eyeballing how I think it's supposed to go. It's almost like it's sitting on top of something and it doesn't want to go down. What is the problem there now? Oh yeah, it's mooshing. You can see it melding the plastic there. Okay, now from my perspective, I'm looking more or less straight down on it now. And from my perspective, they look straight in a line like this. And it could be that it could come just a little bit more my way. Okay, let's quit poking at it, being as that nobody's going to be seeing it anyway. Hey, who put this mushroom vent here? It's crooked. Now, I want to poke at it and see if it's glued down, but I better not, right? Yeah, we did good this evening. And my Iowa cup, it's empty. Iowa, New York. Okay, we're ready for the morning. So all being well, we'll see you in the morning. Okay, it is morning. And I have put the 3 on the other side, just a few minutes ago actually. And as we move back, we got to put on another pair of M30s and M2s. Okay, there's a 30. And an M2. And this time what I'm going to do with our M2s is I'm going to do a bit of a dry run to make sure they're going to fit down into the slot so I don't have to make a big mess with my glue. I'm noticing this one here, I didn't, it's, could have painted that just a little bit better. The paint's kind of thin right there. Well, maybe if I'm going to be scraping the edges of this up here to make it smaller so it'll fit, maybe I could just quickly touch it up with the 19 there. No, pardon me, this is the 66. Okay, let's continue on here. Okay, that's going to sort of chamfer the edges just a little bit. We'll see if it'll slip in. I think that's all that's going to be necessary. All right, where does it go here? Yeah, that fits in there really nice. I should have done that with the other ones. Okay, let's see if we can not make a big mess here. Does that look like it's going to melt? Does it look like there's enough? Oh yeah. Alright, let's back up a little bit here now. I was going to use the thicker glue, wasn't I? Yeah, I think I'd be better off using the other glue. Just going to push stop here for a minute. Oh, that's too much. Okay, continuing on back, we need to put on a J35 and a J42. Okay, that's going to go like this. I'm going to do a dry run to make sure they're going to fit okay. And once again, we'll use this side first as the guinea pig. And then I'll do the other side off camera. Now, I had a bit of a disaster on the other side. I'll show you after what happened. It's not real serious. It's just kind of annoying. That looks like it's going to go all right. Okay, I'll move in. Yeah, that's going to make a nice tight fit. Now, maybe I'll just put a little bit of glue on the inside here where we're not going to see. And it should wick its way out onto the deck just a little bit, just to hold this down. There we go. Yeah, that'll stay. I don't think I need to put any more glue on. Okay, we got the one on the other side here now. And those splinter rails were actually fairly high. Okay, we have on our J35 and our J42. And if we move further back, the next thing that we bump into is the H29 and the H28. Now, I spent quite a bit of time a few minutes ago looking for them, and I could not find them. And I thought, oh, don't tell me I've lost them. Looking at all the tins that I thought I might have had them on, and anyway, doesn't matter. Bottom line is, they're still on the sprue. Here we go, 28, 29. Now, does that mean that we get to put the 0.3 millimeter nozzle in the TimberTech airbrush and try it out? I kind of think it is. It's, what do we got here, 11:24, 11:25 this morning? I think we got time to set up and try out the .3 nozzle. Yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see if it's going to work. And this time I will thin down the F paint. Okay, here's what's been happening. Life has been happening. And time has gotten away on me. Nothing serious has happened, just things that I had to attend to, and I guess we're going on about 2 hours now has passed. And what I am planning to do is I have put these on rotating blocks. Now I'm not going to run the rotator under power. I just want it so that I can rotate it around, and it'll always keep it in the same place, because my plan is to be able to zoom in on it. And yeah, but that's going to have to be tomorrow, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't even have my air hose plugged in downstairs yet, and I kind of feel like maybe if I rushed it, I could do it all. But I want to enjoy this. I like to take my time at it. So, oh, and I have put the 0.3 millimeter nozzle and needle in the timber tank, and everything went together well. I don't see any reason why it's not going to work. I have thinned down our F, so it sounds different too. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.